are you doing?
Hey, Lily, I'm fine. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
Yes, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. So how about you say a little bit about yourself and your background?
Happy to. Hey, everyone. My name is Delícia Antoinette-Kamins, and I come from San Francisco, where I worked in Silicon Valley for years and years. And then I switched to philosophy, and that brought me to Hamburg, Germany.
And what made you make that switch from corporate into philosophy?
As I was spending time in corporate working on project management and project implementation, planning, and a lot of time developing learning management systems and corporate training, I started to realize how integrated AI was more and more in our daily aspects of life, including how we learn and how we interact with each other. And as I realized this more and more, I became really interested in this question of what does it mean to be human? That is the question of being.
Mm.
And why? Well, because modern life is digitally facilitated. And so what it means to be human is now a question that needs to be addressed in a digitally facilitated world. And so I became really interested in ethics, because ethics is about how we ought to act or live with each other. How is it that we interact to encourage human flourishing and sustain people so that they can be their best? And so AI ethics, thus, is about how do we live with each other, knowing that this living amongst each other is now impacted, influenced, appeals to, and relies on artificial intelligence.
Wow, yeah. So what's your role been on the course then? It's been to do with AI.
I see my role actually as kind of multi-layered with this project. First, I bring a practical day-to-day experience from corporate life. Again, working on these different layers of, from planning to implementation, quality testing, et cetera. And so I have some direct experience, not only in those fields, but even across the disciplines that we discuss in the case studies, for example, like in hiring or in medical or in financial. So that's the first thing. Secondly, I bring now for my new training and my new discipline a philosophical insight, and that includes ethics as a rigorous discipline that has been and continues to be critically evaluated because it is so central to this issue of being, to which I'm dedicated. And I do this, and I think this is an important one too, frequently by challenging David in our meetings, as you know. He and I are both very passionate communicators, and I think that's because we're both incredibly passionate about what it is that we want to bring to whatever project we're involved in. But the good result of that is that after very long debates, and no matter what the issue, the topic, the response, the article that we ought to address, when we finally agree, that item has been thoroughly discussed from a multitude of perspectives. And I have to say that's actually one of my favorite parts of this particular project, is that we're not just trying to produce something that is, here's some training and some information, but really make sure that everything we are bringing to the folks watching these videos and engaging in this course, that they really have been thought about from multiple perspectives.
Yeah, yeah, no, and I must say that your input has been incredibly valuable for all of us on the course.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to seeing how it all turns out.
Welcome. I'll see you later.